They call me Coco Sarai, and you are now watching I Am What I Do, and I am what I do. So what do you do?
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Coopville Studios, Bushwick, Brooklyn,
Yes,
New York City. I'm here with an artist blowing up the scene right now. I've had the opportunity to work with her several times.
My choreographer.
Rock the stage. Crazy. Look at Diamond Diva. Miss Coco Sarai. What's going on, Miss
What
Thing?
is up? Everything is amazing. I'm great.
Journey. I'm so blessed to be able to have this opportunity to put you on this platform and let people out there really get into your journey, because it's a wonderful story.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and so let's just jump right in it. Let's talk about your first moment with music, your first encounter.
Well, I started singing at 3 years old in church, in Pilgrim Church.
Wow.
It was an amazing experience. I knew from that day, like, yeah, this is. Well, everybody else knew this is what she needs to be doing. I was scared to death, but I did it. I got through it, and then after that, I was singing every freaking Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's how I overcame my fear of stage fright, because I had to do it every weekend.
About a hip-hop project, because I don't know if a lot of people know about that.
The hip-hop project is a movie executive produced by Bruce Willis and Queen Latifah about a guy named Chris Kazi-Roll, who started an after-school program. What he did with that after-school program was pull in a bunch of different types of artists, so singers, rappers, poets, you know, whatever you wanted to do, there was space for you to come there and do it. And what he did was not only make us dive into ourselves and use music as therapy, you know, for healing, because teenagers are going through so much. Yeah. But also teach us about the business of music, teach us about performing and how to be a better performer, about networking, about how to use your resources. So if somebody in the crew was a graphic designer, they're going to design the cover art. If somebody else was a rapper, cool. Somebody was an engineer, they had a little bit of skill. Everybody learned from each other, you know. Wow. And then within all of that, giving back to the community. So, which I'm a teaching artist for the Hip Hop Project now, so that's all something I learned there. And how that ties back into my story with my mom. When I got into the studio with Kazi, first I told him I was a poet, which I am. I do spoken word very well too. And I wrote something for someone to sing, and they were singing it wrong at my school. And I'm supposed to be a poet, right? I'm a poet. They kept singing it wrong. Kazi tricked me. He waited. He was like, yo, you should sing it. I heard you over there humming. It's like, nah, I'm gonna wait. Waited till after everybody left. He was like, you should go there and try singing. Let me hear what you do. I went in there and blew. And he's like, wait, like, stop playing. Like, you really a singer? And I'm like, yeah, I am. From that day on, that whole summer, I was tattooed to Kazi's. I swear, I was tattooed to his. I was right there. Where you going? Hey, oh, you gonna be at the studio in another 2 hours? All right, I'm just gonna sit here. Yeah, no, I ain't there. Literally sitting in front of the studio for 2 hours waiting. Like, I'm going to wait till he get here. Wow. And I'm going to record. And one time he made me write something. He was like, write about your mother. And hearing Kazi's story about how he was an orphan and how he met his mom in a strange relationship, he made me write about my mom. And I wrote it as a rap, like playing around. And he was like, no, sing it. And I sang it. And that was it. From that day forward, I understood how music could really be therapeutic and healing. Up until now, I performed everywhere. I worked with a lot of the underground MCs, not even on purpose, just for a buzz, but by mistake, because they were my friends. I didn't know that they would turn around and be so great, and everybody thought they were amazing. I just knew I wanted to sing, and they had a way for me to do it, and I did it. And that led up to my first project and me having a buzz already before I even put out my own songs, because of all of the work I had done with other people. And my first project was called 7:30, which I put out, and from 15 up until right now, I've performed at Giant Stadium, I've performed at Madison Square Garden, I've performed in Guam, Spain, Rome,
international,
Italy, Japan. I've performed with the Harlem Gospel Choir, nominated for an Underground Music Award and a Grammy, you know, in 2007, the year I graduated high school. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, horrible, wonderful journey all together. You know, the oxymoron is what makes it so freaking beautiful. And so now I'm working on a new project, and, you know, I've done a lot of other channels, so MTV is coming soon. Yeah. Yeah,
I heard that, but we got her here first, so don't forget that.
Because I am what I do.
You know.
Too high for us to give up. Now I'm going down.
The triumph is what a lot of people want and a lot of people see, but let's talk about a little bit about what they don't see. What happens behind the smiles, the frowns, the tears? Like, what obstacles have you faced in this wonderful, glorious journey?
Oh man. Wow. Doing music with a family that is musical, or coming from a family that is musical, but nobody came to shows. Nobody sat down and grabbed a book and said, I'm gonna learn the business so you don't have to go through the BS. You know, there was none of that. It was like, okay, you sing, we all sing, cool, keep singing. You know, and for me, I had to learn a lot about the business and the snakes in the grass the hard way. And I can recall my first songwriting gig. I didn't even know that singers didn't write their own songs up until 17 years old. Someone asked me, you know, hey, they heard my songs. It was like, you wrote that? I'm like, yeah, who else wrote it? Like, who else would have written it? Like, why would anybody else write it? And they're like, no, you can make a lot of money writing. And I was just like, okay. It was like, you want to write for artists? I'm like, sure. It's another reason to be in the studio, you know, and be away from home, where I had a strained relationship with Mom, and still be creative and not be in the streets. And the first person I went in with, he was getting paid thousands of dollars to produce, thousands of dollars to bring in, I guess, write and give records to the artist for an independent label. And he gave me $20, and I did 4 songs.
Wish that I knew that you came with you.
If you could tell a young Coco Sarai, a young you, something, one piece of advice, what would you give yourself?
Let people know your dream. Tell people, adults, let them know your dream. Let them know, because if I hadn't had certain after school programs to go to, I never would have gotten to go in the studio with Kazi. If my principal didn't know I could sing, and the Kazi was in the school upstairs from my school, then she wouldn't have sent me upstairs. I didn't go to that school. There would have been no way of meeting them, but everybody knew that I sang, and I wanted to sing, and I was passionate about it, and I'm going to always sing it. You can't stop me from singing. I'm singing all the time. Not saying you have to be that person, but do it. If you want to be it, do it, and start now, and let people know that's what you want to do. Because even though my mom didn't put me in singing classes, I still did it, and I still do it now. You know, so let people know your dream. Don't be afraid to say, this is what I want to do, and you feel strongly about it, and express that. Let people know, because there are people that can and do want to help. My final phrase, I would say, something that my mentor Chris Kazi Rowe taught me was, power without focus is energy wasted. You know, so
think about
for
that,
those of you who are older and doing it now, you know, if you have the power and you have the talent and you don't have the focus to figure out a game plan, then you're wasting your time, and it's a full circle of nothingness.
Here we do it with the cameras on. I like the way we do it. You got me so into it.
www.cocosarai.com. Log on, because that's where everything's at. Or you can follow me at Twitter @CocoSarai. I'm gonna spell it out, because I'm gonna believe they're gonna put the letters on the bottom of the screen. Right here, somewhere down there somewhere. CocoSarai. And that's how you spell my name. So Twitter /Coco Sarai, Facebook /Coco Sarai, Reverb Nation /Coco Sarai, Coco Sarai on Google and Bing and everything. Just Google it and everything will come up. And it's a lot of YouTube videos too. I do a lot of covers, you know, on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Coco Sarai TV. So that's where we at, man. You can find me. You can find me everywhere, and I do talk back to people. So if you talk to me on Twitter, I'll talk back to you. Don't follow me and I say nothing and get mad, because then I don't know, you know.
Yo, for real. Wait, But yo, this has been such a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
But before we go, I had to ask. Can you like grace us? We get the mic right here. Can you grace us with a little live something?
Of course, I would be honored.
This would be amazing. We're about to cut this segment, and if y'all want to see Miss Coco Sarai rip it right now, real quick, live, y'all gotta click on that extra footage.
Pow.
I'm gonna see you later. This is your girl Kai. I am what I do. What do you do?